Relationships that build wealth, create opportunities, the right solutions. That's what we do at J&N Fund Managers.
We're in pursuit of your financial security.
Portfolio and investment management services for individuals and corporate clients, from wealth building and risk management to preparing for a comfortable retirement. Strong, stable, secure.
We're in pursuit of your success.
Let's talk. J&N Fund Managers, your safer, smarter financial partner.
Well, it's that time of the morning. It's one more time for the program Your Goals Realized. And we have with us one more time Dolores Jones. Good morning. And we're here again in another week, just like that.
Oh, absolutely. Good morning, Nadine. Good morning, listeners. And Nadine, a happy belated birthday to you from the JNFM family.
Thank you.
Old-time people would say, time waits on no man. So how do I find you this week, Nadine?
Fabulous. I said I'm fabulous that. 15, not sweet 16.
I see that. Love 101 family
Yes.
listening. How are you all today? I do hope that you are all well and giving thanks and every blessings for another day. What I have prepared for you today is bound to keep you very attentive. It affects everyone who invests and save. It affects everyone who has a financial plan. And better yet, persons who do not yet have a financial plan will realize how much they need, one, by the time we end this program.
I am all ears and I'm ready.
Great, Nadine. Now, last week we looked at investing and saving consistently and whether or not a single investment could properly cover all the goals we had. One of the words we used was risk. Not a favorite subject of many, but I suppose I am telling you something. There is no good financial plan that anyone can create without discussing this subject. So this morning, I want us to talk about how much risk you should consider for your financial plan.
And that's a very good topic, Dolores, because a lot of persons don't look at risk and money. We don't use it in the same sentence.
Absolutely.
But then we fear what we don't understand. So we're listening to you.
All right, great. So let's talk about it. First of all, what is risk and why should the different levels of risk be considered in building your financial plan? Nadine, as we all know, the word risk in any conversation, and in particular where money and finance is concerned, usually stirs some kind of emotion, and rightly so. So how do we define risk when looking at investment? Risk is the probability that an expected return on your investment is lower than what you anticipated, with even the possibility of also losing some or all of your original investment.
Okay.
As we have been discussing in past program, the process of building any financial plan starts with understanding risk and deciding with your financial advisor your risk tolerance and the amount of risk you're able to take on. What needs to be clear is the fact that all investment carries a certain level of risk. And this is due in part that we cannot always predict the direction of financial markets. Nadine, we all invest to see a positive return, right?
Indeed.
However, there is a relationship between risk and return. Of course, we all know the more risk we take on, the higher the returns, and vice versa. So, in building your financial plan and anticipating growth, you cannot eliminate risk. The key is to understand and to manage the risk. So, the first step in creating any financial plan, once you have sat with your financial advisor and you have both decided
this
the
is the way
path
to
you
go,
want
right?
to chart, is to assess your risk profile. And this will assist in determining your ability to take on risk and the amount of risk you're able to take on. So depending on certain factors of your age, the time frame, your whole financial capabilities, then this is where the amount of risk is decided.
Right.
And with, for example, short-term goals, then you're not able to take on as much risk as you'd be able to take on if you're working towards the long-term goal. Last week, we spoke in passing about asset allocation and diversification. These are two basic investment strategies that can help us to manage risk. Asset allocation, what's this really? This is the process of including different classes of assets in your portfolio. For example, some stocks, some bonds, some money market instruments, some real estate. So, as people would say, the whole shebang.
And JN is ready to guide with all
Ready,
of that. Okay.
and we are willing. We actually have been doing that for our clients.
Okay.
Right. So, with this, you increase the probability that some of your investments will provide satisfactory returns, even if others are flat or losing value. So in essence, by allocating or spreading your funds among the different type of assets, you are reducing the risk of major losses should you stick to a single asset. Diversification. This is also another strategy to mitigate risk. When you diversify, you actually divide the money that you have allocated to a particular asset, for example, again, stocks, among the various categories of stocks. So, you have different categories of stocks that are being traded on the stock exchange. Diversification allows you to spread your money around. As Nadine, we all know the consequences of having all our eggs in one basket should that basket fall.
Right.
So our listeners would have realized that taking on risk in investing is really not a bad thing. This, however, should be understood and respected, but really not feared, as it is in taking on risk in investing that we are going to see the actual returns that we're working towards.
Take the risk.
The bottom line, all investments carry some degree of risk. By better understanding the nature of the risk and taking steps to manage those risks, you put yourself in a better position to meet your financial goals.
Oh boy, mouthful indeed. Now, earlier on, you gave us an old-time phrase. I have one for you. You've been talking about risk and planning. Well, I'm reminding everyone that fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And your message is really loud and clear this morning.
Yes, Nadine, and I want to make sure that every person listening to me this morning who has a question on risk or any other financial matters knows that my team and I are ready to assist. Here's our weekly invitation. Send your text messages to 405-1719. That's 405-1719, or contact us through our website. You can also email us at jnfundmanagers.com. The program you're now hearing and all others are uploaded to our Facebook page, and today's program will be uploaded later today.
Okay. So what is planned for next week as we get ready?
Next week, we're going to look at how we align our investment decisions with our goals. So it's lining them up.
Okay, so if you know your goal is X, there are certain things that would be wise to line up what you need to invest to get to your goal.
Absolutely, Nadine. I see you are taking in everything that happens here every morning. So looking forward to another program next week, Nadine.
Indeed.
And as usual, listeners, thank you for being with us.
All right. Thank you so much. Sharing with Dolores inside the program, Your Goals Realized, brought to you by JN Fund Managers Limited. And God willing, next week, same time, we'll be back with another in the series. This is Love 101.
Relationships that build wealth, create opportunities, the right solutions. That's what we do at JN Fund Managers.
We're in pursuit of your financial security.
Portfolio and investment management services for individuals and corporate clients, from wealth building and risk management to preparing for a comfortable retirement. Strong, stable, secure.
We're in pursuit of your success.
Let's talk. JN Fund Managers, your safer, smarter financial partner.